Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video and I'm picking up right where my last one left off when I was struggling to make my own page protector for a layout I need for Brussels. I actually finished everything with Bruges and this was the night we came back and we wanted to stop at Grand Place because the coach that we took dropped us off right there and we wanted to see it at night since we had seen it during the day, and night is better, I think, just because it's so beautiful when it's lit up. But I have my page protector here that I started in the last video. I've already picked out this card that I want for my 4x6 space up top, so that's good to go. That's kind of all I have figured out so far. I like how this looks together, so that's good. And then we're gonna flip like this, and that photo is going to go there. So that means I need a 3x8 here, which I have pulled out my entire bag of 3x8. So I will go through there and find one for that. And then the other side, wait, you know what? This isn't right. This goes here. That will be there. This will be here. There we go. That's part of why I picked this, is because it kind of matches this color there and down here. It's kind of a pinky coral color, so I have that. Then my 3x8 will go here. I'll have that there. And then this will be on the back, and I'll have an empty spot there. So I also need a 4x6 for up here. And I do have that bag out as well. So I need to go through all my 4x6s, all my 3x8s, and pick out what is going to be in those empty pockets. I think I have picked out this one to be on the outside flap here. It matches pretty well with what I've got there, but really it's because it matches well with the photo. And for some reason, I thought I had used this already in this album, so I just went back and looked at all the layouts and I didn't. So maybe it was in a different album, but I swear I've used this before. And this is a digital file, so I can print and cut as much as I want. So it's gotten used, I know that. I just don't remember where. For this photo, I realized I hadn't cut it down yet. I do need to cut it to 6 inches so that it will fit in there. So I am going to cut off part of it here. And I think I could maybe lose a little more on this side. That'll take me to about there. That's not too bad. No, a little more this way. So the dark is kind of equal on both sides. That'll get me right to the edge of the building. Let's do this. There we go. Lined up nicely. All right, there we go. There, I think that came out pretty well. So I did lose an inch, you know, but it's not that bad. And then it'll sit just like that with a background in there where I can embellish and things, and that will really help. But then I still have to pick out something here that will match, and I have to carefully pick, because whatever I choose up here, I'm going to have to make it match down here. I do see I've got some kind of like very dark red or reddish brown. I've got this almost teal color here. Otherwise, it's all just kind of gold and white. So I don't know. We'll see what I find. Sadly, I did not find anything in here that I felt was the right color, the right sentiment. It just wasn't working. And really, I discovered I have like no 4x6 cards that are teal. So I need to work on that. Mental note to try to find some digital files or anything really that I can use that's in that color scheme. But I did find this one. And yes, it's going to make it very dark because it's basically the same here. But I really like what it says because it's the truth. This is one of the best trips I've ever taken, and I am thankful for the experience of being able to see this, not just during the day, but at night, because it was stunning. I would recommend it to anyone. So I think I'm going to use that, and then I'll just have to work at having a colorful background of some type, whether it's a solid in one of these colors, maybe a subtle pattern, something, and then I'll have to work on embellishing as well, because I could take those colors and work them in up here. I know I have stuff in those colors, so I'm just going to go with this one and hope that the magic happens. So I've decided I'm going to work on the flap first, the part that folds. So that means on this photo, I need something up here. And then since this will be on the other side and it's going to get sealed, I have to do this one as well. I like this, but it's too blank as is. So I'm thinking, because I've got a lot of black happening, I may just stamp something in black or just find a simple embellishment of some type. But I want to keep it relatively easy, because these photos are just so incredible. I don't want the filler cards to distract from that. I picked out 4 embellishments from my stack of stuff that I have that are all Dutch and French phrases, and I decided not on these 2. This is a little too pink. This is a little too dark. So I was left with these, and I think both are great colors to go here. And when I held them up, I really wasn't feeling the circle. I felt like this was a better match. And I love that it has a little heart on there. So I think I'm going to use that one, and that will be the only embellishment that's on this photo. For this insert, I did find this little piece of ephemera, and I had just thrown it there. I think maybe I just want to use it here. It adds enough. It's got some black in it. If I really wanted to, I could do some black splattering as well, just like at the top, maybe a little at the bottom or on the side, because I do have black splattering ink. But for now, I'm at least going to attach this because I know that I want to use that. And this really was kind of the highlight of that year was this trip and this particular night, because we'd had such a great day and then came back and got to see this spectacular thing in the evening. So it really was wonderful. I have decided to do some ink splattering, so I have my Heidi Swapp Color Shine here. I have covered up the middle section because I don't really want any ink on that. It's just the top and bottom. I want it to be fairly contained and just a little bit, like so. That actually might even be enough right there. Don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll remove this and I'll see what I think of it. All right, the fold flap is done. Those are in there and sealed, and there you go. So now I just have to figure out this left side here. Don't think I'm gonna do anything else here. The card will be in here, so I need to figure out, do I want to embellish that in any way? And then for the back side, this is the real challenge here. And you won't see this part really because that will be folded. So again, I can kind of do any color I want. So that's what I'm on to next. When I went into my 6x12 papers trying to find something for this, I think I'm actually going to go with this paper. And I like it because it's got the color gradient. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of it because I'm going to cut part of it, but I like the color gradient. And there's a very, very subtle pattern. I hope the camera is picking that up. There's actually like a little diamond pattern in there. So I think what I'm going to do is actually cut this down so that you see a little bit more of the teal, because that's what's showing here. And then it brings it in more, but I do like that this little bit shows at the bottom. And then I haven't decided, but I may cut like a little strip or something of this to be part of the card, just to liven it up a little bit, and then it looks more like it matches. Not totally sure about that, but I'm definitely going to use it for the mat for this photo. All right, I have that adhered, and I actually decided that I liked the greener end of the spectrum towards the bottom and the bluer end up here. Originally, I thought it would be this way, but I like it better like this. So that will be there. And then I just have to figure out what else I'm doing. And I'm thinking maybe a little gold washi of some type to kind of break up all of this, but I'm not exactly sure. So I'm just going to go into my washi bin and see if something jumps out at me. I grabbed out a bunch of different washies here thinking that I might like them, but not for this. they're just too much, I think. So then I just went and got my very thin gold option, and I think if I'm going to use it, that's probably the one. I'm also thinking that I may do some white ink splattering here because I have it and it shows up on pretty much any color, and I think that might help given the white print that's up top. I have my gold washi on there, and then it inspired me to do something else. I grabbed my 1.5 inch punch and I punched out 2 circles in both of the pieces I had left over to see what I would like better. And I definitely like the more teal for up here. So I use the circle, I put one of these on. I'm actually going to use the other one, the one that I have left on this sheet. I will finish these, yay, and use that up top. But for now, I'm going to cut off the extra there. So there's that. And then this will sit right here, maybe overlap it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So then we kind of have matching. I could do a smaller one if I wanted. I do have a second sheet of these, so I could do that down here, but I don't know that I will. I might just do like a little of the white ink splattering and call it good. I did do some splattering there, and I had one little mishap here. You can kind of see it smeared a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it alone, let it dry, and hope that it's fine. I'm probably the only one that will notice it. Just wanted to show, though, this is the spray that I use. It's a gloss spray, so it's not glittery or anything. It's just a gloss acrylic spray, but it shows up on pretty much any kind of paper. I did decide to add just a strip of that same thin gold washi to this card, just to bring in a little bit more shine to it. And really that's all I have to do then. I'm just waiting for this to dry. So once that's completely dry and I put everything together and fuse it, I'll show you the end result. All right, everything is finally dry and it's all put together in the pockets. Everything is fused where it needs to be fused. Whew, that was a journey to get that all done, but I love the end result, so it was worth it. So thanks for sticking with me while I had to figure all of that out. And now here's another one done for Belgium. Thanks for watching.